What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Base Damage. Hope you are all doing well today. We are going to be taking a look at the tournament report for the month of June. So this is going to be interesting because we only have one other tournament left in the year, which is in France, but that's on like the middle of August. And we're going to be starting up like fucking Fall Fest very shortly after. But when this one comes out, we will still talk about it. I will still make a video on it. But in that video, it will also be my my final thoughts on Springfest overall as that. So it'll still be a decently length video instead of just taking a look at one particular regionals. I'm just stating that for reasons. But today we are taking a look at these four for Rosemont, Illinois, Germany, Singapore, and Australia. Now, obviously, Rosemont had nothing banned like it did like Bulgaria had. Germany actually did not have anything banned. That's the interesting thing. So, but Singapore and Australia did have a couple things we needed to talk about. So, for Singapore, in terms of sets, which I believe this was because of the recency thing, which was you couldn't use Bochi for Singapore. I think that was because it had just come out a little too recent and you weren't able to run it because of that. But the other one was the quintessential quintuplets. But it's very interesting how selective this is. The quintessential set, which means what would basically be the trial deck cards, and booster pack, the quintessential quintuplets, which, if I'm not mistaken, is just the first set. They have 3. So I think it's because they changed like production studios or something, that sets 2 and 3 are completely and totally viable. Where sets 2 and 3 are completely totally viable, the first one and the trial decks aren't. Whatever. And then for Australia, you had Premium Booster Ruby, which I think is just because of the recency for it, where it hadn't been out long enough. So this isn't going to be any issue in terms of this, and Bochi I don't think are going to be any issues. I don't think there's going to be any problems with the quints. I don't know, whatever. But I wanted to point them out. Obviously, we're going to be trying to be more proactive about that. So let's take a look at Rosemont. I really haven't looked over any of these, so this is also very new for me. So 72 teams, which times 3 is 216 players, which is a lot. That's a very nice showing for one of the Springfest regionals. That is really cool. So first place was I was supposed to say an Attack on Titan. No, that ain't right. Atla, which is Avatar: The Last Airbender, Toph and Azula, 7 Deadly Sins, Elizabeth Hendrickson, and a Chainsaw Man, Himeno Aki. No surprise there. Because if you look down, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7 out of the 8 all had Chainsaw Man. So we ain't even going to look at it. However, we have an 8-choice Chainsaw Man. Just saying, it's not the same, and because of that, we are going to take a look at it. Elizabeth Hendrickson, we've shown before. Quintuplets Nino. Arifureta to Soul Bar for second place. Toph, Himeno Aki, Ozuki Polka. We've shown these before. Azure Lane, Bremerton Shinano, Caligura, and Yoshino Queen for Data Live. I know nothing of Data Live. In terms of the other things, nothing really stands out for 5th through 8th place. The Azure Lane, like Percival and Friedrich one is kind of interesting. I'm probably going to pull that up and take a quick look-see. Otherwise, everything else is kind of stuff we've already seen before. Not too terribly crazy, but let's look at the 8-choice Chainsaw Man. Something different from the what's super prevalent right now. It uses the level 1 power combo, which is on attack if Fiend's everyday life is in your climax area. You have 2 or more other Devil Hunter characters. Look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 Devil Hunter or Devil or Animal character in your waiting room. Reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand. Put the rest into your waiting room, and if this character is level 2, and the character facing this is level 2, this card gets plus 6k power till end of turn. I really wish a lot of these said level 2 or higher. That's just me, but that's whatever. I guess it would be too strong if you did. And then the level 3 combo is off of this Chainsaw Man. which I think is actually kind of an underrated double rare. On attack, if you have the choice trigger in play, if you have 3 or more other characters, burn 1 to your opponent, and this gets the following ability until the end of your opponent's next turn. When the battle opponent becomes reversed, pay 2, pitch 2, burn your opponent for 2, and you can put that character on top of your opponent's deck. Now, the reason this works on your what you can do on your opponent's turn is if they ram into it, or you like back up and get over the character, you can pay that cost again to do it again, to burn 2 and top deck that character, which is really cool. So, then I don't know enough about these, but I just kind of wanted to show it. This isn't Abyssals. I love that. Oh yeah, because it uses Graf Spree Friedrich. So this is what? This is basically just 8 standby. It's 6 standby and 2 salvage. Okay. I don't know enough about the combos to really commentate on this one in particular. But this is a standby. This is a standby. I think this is the salvage. Rhapsody of Dankness. Yep, that is that one. Okay. So cool. Something that's a little bit out of the norm. And then we go over to Germany that had 34 teams. Times 3 is 102 players, which is really cool. So first place was a Guilty Gear Strive Jacko and Ino deck. I don't think we really take a look at those two terribly much. I'm going to pull that up. A Chloe and a Maureen and an Elizabeth and Meliodas. You don't really see that combo either because people are typically running the Hendrickson. So we will take a look at those. Second place was Overlord with the Dorbar, Hololive, Caligura, and Avatar The Last Airbender. See, Elizabeth Hendrickson for 7 Deadly Sins in third place. Avatar and Chainsaw Man, Himeno Aki. Mushoku Tensei? We had a Mushoku Tensei, like, oh, true, I think all the Mushoku Tensei cards are no longer banned, so I'm surprised it's taken this long to see something of a showing for that. Shit's just too strong, I guess, at this point for some of the older decks like that. But for fourth place was a Mushoku Tensei, a Spy Family, and an Azure Lane. No Chainsaw Man. Actually, no Chainsaw Man in the first 2, which is a very, very good thing to see. So, in the 5th through 8th place, I'm looking through to see if there's anything that particularly stands out. A Polka Choco, like I've seen before, but that is kind of like you don't see as much. Just stating. But let's take a look. So, Gateway to Hell, Bridget is driving. I love it. I love it so much. Let's see if stuff will load in. So 4 standby, 4 salvage. The standby is which one? Overdrive. So that's going to be Jacko right here. Overdrive, Forever Ellison Driver. Okay. And then the salvage is going to be this one, which is Freedom, which on play, she can just grab back her Climax combo. So I'm surprised with stuff like this. I can understand running a fewer number of copies of the Climax combo for it. Because as long as you like mill it, like, or it's in the waiting room, you can just grab it back on play. So that, like, I can kind of understand, like, with like people doing like splits of like, you know, 3, 2, 3 in terms of like the Climax combo numbers and everything. So I can words today. Deck name, hit me, because it's this particular Meliodas, which is what I figured it was going to be off of, which is To the Rescue. When full counter is placed on your Climax area, if you have 4 or more other Britannia characters, this gets 1,000 power and the following ability to the end of your opponent's next turn. When the character facing this card attacks, you can pay 1 to burn your opponent for 2. That's why it's like the hit me, because it wants the opponent to attack them. And the other Climax combo is the Brainstorm Elizabeth. No surprises there. Nothing super stand-out-ish, but at the same time, like, this is a really powerful card, so understandable. And then Mushoku Tensei, like I said, I believe it's back at full power. If I'm not, I'm so sorry. But it is the Ares Request standby. So yeah, it's 8 standby, Ares Request, and the one for Eye Patch Girl here. I can't remember her name. Ghislaine? Right, Demon Eye. Okay. And that is going to be it for Germany. Going on to Singapore. So once again, Singapore, you could not use Bochi, and you could not use... Oh, we don't even have the list for some of these. And you couldn't use the first iteration of quintuplets, basically. But that being said, we already have a quintuplets in here. We have Itsuki. So I kind of have to check your homework, brother. I kind of have to check it, make certain you're not pulling any shenanigans. So first team, Singapore, 16 teams, 16 times 3 is going to be 48 players, which this is much lower out of a lot of them, but I think this might be the lowest. I don't know. It might be the second lowest or something. I don't know. But let's take a look. So I gotta fact check you on this one, brother. So it isn't Eat Ski. I'm looking. Hold up now. Are you first set? Hold on. Okay. W90. Okay, so I believe this. I think actually also because of how the artwork is for the eyes is like completely different. That's just with her being wide-eyed. That's not the art being different. So I'm believing, yeah, this is set 2, especially because the codes match. So okay, nothing from the first set. Just had to fact check your homework, brother. He knew the assignment. And he also helped win with it. So he definitely knew the fucking assignment. So, 2 claps there, brother. Caligura, Tafan Azula, and Itsuki. So that was first place. Second place is Chainsaw Man Door Standby, which is a Makima build, if I'm not mistaken. We also have a Grisaya, which you don't see a whole bunch, so we're going to take a look at that. And an Overlord Door Bar. So I'm happy. I don't mind seeing the Chainsaw Man if it's something other than Hime no Aki at this point. So, just saying. Third place was Hime no Aki. 8 choice Danmachi, which is going to be focused on eyes. So I actually kind of want to see that as well. And a Jacko Aino Guilty Gear. Fourth place being 8 Standby Avatar, Hime no Aki, and Azukigura. So really going for the standby with 2 of these. And then 5th through 8 is nothing super crazy. This one's also an Itsuki, but we can't fact check. Can't really fact check anything else. We do have Adventure Time in here, so shout outs to the Adventure Time player. Hololive just says 8 standby. It doesn't specify which ones because there's so many different combos and combinations of stuff you could do. I would like to be able to see. This is probably the Luna build. That's just my guess. But we do have some here that we don't know what was comboing with the Atlas standbys. So it might be Toph, might not. I don't know. We have a lot of Atlas overall for this. A lot of avatars. So very interesting. Anyway, so getting to... this should be... Okay, so this is the... Yo, they did it. Okay, so the door standby. I was wondering, they used the nut kick combo. Hell yes, they used the this particular Denji that combos with this Aki, and then they used the level 1 combo from the trial deck. Okay. Homeboy said, I understand the fucking assignment. I'm gonna cook. Okay. Future Devil and everything. You know what? Mad respect. I have nothing but respect for this list. I'm liking it. Okay. That is really cool. Okay, so when I saw the standby, I questioned. I was like, okay, they might have the nut kicking, they might not. They might be using this particular Makima, and there's a level 3 Makima that is off of a salvage as well. So that's what I thought the combo was going to be, but it's not. Okay, so... And they destroyed my expectations, shattered them completely, and I love it. Alright. 3 Shashi? I don't know. Grisaya. I already see... What the fuck? See, this I don't understand with Grisaya. Where it's like, oh look. Level 1s, level 0s, level 0s. Like, 7 level 3s, no level 2s whatsoever, not even in events. Anyway, Sunny Park is this one. This particular level 1 combo. When it's placed, if you have another Grisaya, choose one of the following effects and perform it. Choose a Cooking with Sachin in Waiting Room added to hand, or add one from deck to hand, which is specifically this level 1. So it's just meant to funnel that as an engine. And then the pants one was this. I don't know how to pronounce it. On attack, if you have it, pay 1. Choose one of the following effects. Put all of your opponent's stock into their waiting room, and your opponent puts the same number of cards on the top of their deck into their stock. So you have a on attack buns for luck, basically. Or you get to burn your opponent for 1. So, pay 1, burn 1. Sure, let's go with it. And does this have... This does have the memory, if the heal tax from memory. If this card is in your memory when your card or opponent's card's clock is put into the waiting room by their respective player's card effects, that player may choose 1 card in their hand and discard it. Otherwise, they have to put the top card of their deck into their clock. So either it does nothing or they have to discard extra to be able to heal. So, just saying. So, okay, neat on the Grisaya. And 8 choice Danmachi is going to be off of this level 1 eyes, it looks like, with battle practice. If this card attacks and you have battle practice, pitch a yellow card. And your stock has 5 or less, you can pitch a yellow. If you do, look up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 2 Familia, Guild, or Hostess characters. Add them to your hand. That is very nice, actually. It's on attack. You don't have to reverse. You get to go through a bunch of cards in your deck. That's actually really nice. Okay. And wait. What is this? It's a double rare as well. That's interesting. And the other climax combo is... Moment between the 2 eyes is on attack. If you have the climax, pay 2. Look at up to 3 cards from the top of your opponent's deck. Choose up to 3 of them, put them on top of the deck in any order, and put the rest into their waiting room. Try to just basically get rid of climaxes as much as possible. Interesting. Okay. And I know there's like some ice cards. I think it's this one. Oh, if you have... So this is the exact one that I thought of. So... If either of these are in your climax area, this gets the choice triggers in all zones. So if you trigger this, it counts as a choice when those climaxes are in play. So you have extra choice triggers in the deck. That's really cool. Okay. So nothing else is super crazy, and like I said, people understood the assignment for quintuplets. I was about to say 7 Deadly Sins, and I'm like, that ain't right. Lastly, we have Sydney, which the only thing they couldn't use was the Ruby Premium Booster, but sadly, I don't see any Ruby in here at all. So, we have Jacko, Ramblethal, Himeno Aki, and Zekken Shot Asuna for SAO. Okay, I see you. But anyway, is it sad that I'm more excited for Zekken Shot than Chainsaw Man, even though I fucking love the anime? Anyway. Second place was 8 Pants Spy Family. Is this the Haruhi deck? Stock sold door is a Haruhi, if I'm not mistaken. Suzumiya Yamitsu, whatever the fuck. Faded Hope. Come on, load. Yeah, Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Okay. So we'll let that load. Chainsaw Man is the last one. Third place, we have Overlord Door Bar, Himeno Aki Asukigura. Fourth place, Itsuki Quintuplets, Kaligura, and Himeno Aki. And 5th through 8th place, we have a Taiho Friedrich for Azure Lane, which is kind of cool. Nothing else really sticks out, but I am interested in seeing this Kanatagura build. This combo doesn't really show up in the top. GBS, what is that? I will check it out. I don't remember what GBS is. I know what GBA is, but that's a console. I just want to take a look at this really quickly. Just to kind of see. Oh, I kind of get... Your level 1 game is like non-existent. Your level 1 game is non-existent because you're setting up for the Kanata turn at level 2. I guess it's just like we're going to get as much stock as possible so we can try to tri-field, like, you know, triple Gura. I guess. Which is an understandable move. I might be taking a look at this further later. So, in fact, favorite that one. I'm going to take a look at that later. Oh, Goblin Slayer. GBS was Goblin Slayer. The hell? Okay, so yeah, that was the Haruhi thing I was thinking about earlier. And then, so we actually had... So Goblin Slayer got in 8th place with Standby Door. Standby being Cowgirl. The Brainstormer for that. And Standby being... the Standby. The Salvage being the level 1 Goblin Slayer. There's no level 3 endgame, it looks like, outside of, like, whatever burn you're probably going to do. And I don't even see that. This is just try to push for damage like a mug. I don't like accusing decks of, like, saying they got carried, but if I had to pick a deck that probably got carried. Okay, this also relied a ton on events. Okay, hold on. Okay, so you also were like, hey, I'm going to just like gate scroll your ass. None of these do like burn or anything. Yeah, it's just its whole thing is trying to like out resource your opponent. Basically, from what I'm understanding. I don't know. Kudos. You know what? Even if you got carried, you got 8th place. And I'm happy to say if you got carried, it was by a Hololive deck. So that is really cool to say there. But yeah, that is going to be it. And like I said, we don't have France just yet. That is going to be in the middle of freaking August for some reason. Which I think they moved that. I think that was moved out. I think it should have been middle of July before. Sorry, I'm just scrolling back up to the top here. I think that should have been middle of July before, and they changed the dates for some reason. I don't know. I'll have to go back over some of my older, some of the older tournament reports, like from back in like March and whatnot, to see if it does state that or not. It probably does. I don't know. Whatever. But thank y'all very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. Like I said in the last video for the Springfest tournament report, before we started with Fallfest. Stallfest does sound like a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, let's be real. But before we start up Fallfest, I will give my overall thoughts on Springfest. I might try to put together like... We'll probably try to go over some of the like a lot of Weiss Tea Time when they do this at the end of the year, they'll do like pie charts and stuff of like what the overall representation was. So we'll try to analyze some of those. We'll give our own commentary. I might try to get somebody else in for the video. I don't know. We'll figure out something, but I have like well over a month, almost 2 months to fucking prepare for that. That's dumb. So alrighty, that is going to be it. Thank y'all very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to. If not, hey, feel free to check the description box because we have a link for the Discord down in there. And you can click that to join our Discord and have some fun with the rest of the Base Damage crew. And with that, we will see y'all on the flip side. Peace out for now.